Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start at this hour with some breaking news of a fire or multiple fires burning in northwest Spokane. And right now, this is a shot overlooking Spokane. You might see that smoke coming up in the distance. Several brush fires started in the last hour, again near northwest Spokane, near West Elliott Drive, not far from TJ Meanock Bridge. Spokane Fire says they're responding with a high level of resources, with other agencies responding to help as well. Tonight, we have team coverage of this incident as we are tracking, again, intentionally set fires tonight. KREM 2 News has the latest from the fire response to the evacuation plan. We have our KREM 2's Connor McAvoy. He was at a press conference just about an hour ago and at that fire. He's now reporting live from the fire lines. Connor?
Yeah, Mark, that's exactly right. I got to speak with Justin DeRuyter with Spokane Fire just about an hour ago. You can see that there's still plenty of smoke on 3 different areas here, just overlooking this area, different plumes of smoke all around. You can see a helicopter right over there. Some aerial crews have been going around dropping water on the ground here, trying to combat these fires. It's 4 fires total that started today. You don't see a 4th plume of smoke because that first fire was put out. And even just looking out right now, you can see that the smoke has gone down considerably, at least in that first plume of smoke I can see in my eye line just right there. The furthest plume of smoke is off in the area near Spokane Falls Community College. That is also, according to Justin DeRuyter with Spokane Fire, near an apartment complex. And those evacuations, of course, still in place, still in effect for this area near the TJ Meanock Bridge. And crews are still out here. They've been out here for last hour or so, just combating these fires right here. Different areas, the helicopter has been circling around these different areas here, dropping water. Like I said, we got ground crews as well with DNR, City of Spokane Fire, as well as Spokane County Fire District 10. We got to hear more from Justin DeRuyter with Spokane Fire about these fires earlier today, and you're going to hear from him right now.
The big concern now is just keeping these things the size they are and keeping them from jumping any of these roads or the river. So this is the fire that we've been talking about, saying, hey, the big threat to the city is going to be this. It's going to be a fire over on the other side of the river coming down, off the bluff, or even like the one we had Sunday night. Getting these winds pick up, embers coming into this side.
Yeah, and you can see that the smoke has gone down a little bit, but obviously still significant right here. Again, these 3 different plumes of smoke. You just heard Justin DeRuyter with Spokane Fire say this is what fire crews have been warning about for the last several weeks as we get into, and of course are now in fire season. Just looking out, and now that we do know that, and now we know that all of these, according to Justin DeRuyter, were arson. Crews are still out here combating these fires. Those evacuations are still in place. It is warm, it is windy. The winds have been dying off a little bit, but they keep coming and going as far as their speed, and of course that can contribute, but it looks like that smoke has gone down a little bit in this first little plume of smoke right here. Of course, we'll be out here continuing to bring you updates as we get more information. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Hey, Connor, before I let you go, I just want to confirm some stuff that Justin DeRuyter with Spokane Fire said earlier in the press conference. He said that there were 3 fires set along the Centennial Trail pretty quickly, and then a 4th fire up near Spokane Falls Community College about 20 minutes later. Is that what he said today in the press conference?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. That's as far as what we can tell, those first 3 fires were pretty close to each other, within just a few minutes apart of them going off, according to DeRuyter. That 4th fire came just a little bit later, like you said, near Spokane Falls Community College. That fire specifically is the fire that crews are concerned over, given that it is near that area. It's near an apartment complex. They're worried as far as getting people out of that area, getting them to a safe location at this hour right here, right now.
Connor McAvoy, thank you. Here's a look at that evacuation zone right now. The level 3 leave now evacuations in place. This is the area surrounding Spokane Falls Community College. We also heard from Spokane Fire, according to a Facebook post on their page, that anyone in that area who does not have a car or transportation, they'll now be bused to the West Central Community Center in the meantime as they try to get a handle on this fire. All right, we continue our team coverage tonight with KREM 2's Christian Garza. He's at a different vantage point, and he joins us live now with what he's seeing from where he's at. Christian?
Yeah, Mark, we are here at the Life Center Church parking lot, and we have a clear vantage point of right inside the level 3 evacuation site. I'm gonna actually step off screen so you can see what I'm seeing right here. Now, getting over here on Government Way, there was a huge line of cars of people just leaving the area. This is, of course, the level 3 evacuation zone, and there are a lot of areas, like Connor was mentioning, that are blocked off. And now, as they get people out of the area, they are not letting people inside of this area either as well. Now, looking right here into this evacuation zone, there has been one helicopter that has kind of been dropping water since we got here. Now, we arrived on scene at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they have done it well over 20 times at this point. Now, the wind has picked up here, honestly, since the newscast just started. There's been a lot of wind. I'm sure you can hear it in my microphone right now, but that is kind of what crews are dealing with here on this hillside right now. Now, the surrounding areas here are a lot of dry brush. I'm not too sure if you can see it there on that cliff where there's a bunch of charred land right there. Now, there's about also 2 plumes of smoke that I can see from my vantage point right here. There's on top of the hillside, and then there's one directly below the hillside, or on the bottom of the hillside rather, and that is where the helicopter seems to be using all of its water resources, just kind of hitting this area below the hillside, underneath everything, just over and over and over again. Now, there are a lot of the smoke itself has dissipated since I have got here at 4 o'clock. I will say there is a lot less smoke in the area, but it is still very, you could still see it. It is still prominent here in that area as we look into the evacuation zones as well. There's crews on top of the hillside spraying water down the hillside. And of course, like I mentioned, there is that helicopter as well. But right now they're kind of focusing on the bottom of the hillside as we're looking here into this evacuation zone. Like Connor mentioned, there is a level 3 evacuation zone as of right now. And we know that all of these fires that you are seeing right now were intentionally set. But that is kind of all I have for you right now. We are going to continue to monitor this situation, and we'll bring you the very latest when we have it. Back to you in the studio, Mark.
All right, Christian Garza live tonight. Christian, thank you very much. All right, we want to bring in KREM 2's chief meteorologist, Jeremy DeGoo, to talk about fire conditions right now. Jeremy, we know it's been hot. We know it's been dry. Let's talk about the wind today and what we can expect with the wind. How long it sticks around for? How strong will it be?
Yeah, I would say trust both Connor and Christian. At times, the wind is going to ease, but I'd say the next 2 hours are when we are going to see our strongest wind gusts of the entire day. Wind sustained out of the southwest at 15 miles per hour is gusting to about 25 to 28 miles per hour. That is very strong. That is exactly what we don't want to see when our temperatures are in the mid 90s and our relative humidity sits down at 12%. It is hot, dry, and windy. Those fires are burning right next to most of the north side of town. Crews have gotten a good jump on them, but in these situations, it is imperative that we get a good jump on them. Otherwise, those fires can grow and spread rapidly. That's why those red flag warnings are so incredibly dangerous. Wind stays strong. Looks like it stays strong even after the sun goes down. Takes a little while for it to die down tonight, but what I would say is when you're around 9-10 p.m., it'll be more wind gusts followed by a stretch of calm. Tomorrow, though, wind comes back in a big way. We sit pretty close to mid-90s or 100 degrees right now, and tomorrow winds up every bit as warm with even stronger wind. Today, our wind gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts might not sound much stronger, but it is a completely different beast when it comes to battling some of those fires. That's why we're under that KREM 2 weather impact alert for another day. It is going to stay hot, dry, and windy across the entire Northwest. For us, 88 degrees is a little bit cooler than today, but that 6-degree drop in temps does come with a stronger wind. I think tomorrow brings about a greater fire threat than today. Even as we cool down later this week, we stay hot and dry with temperatures in the 80s and nothing but sunshine in the forecast.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the broadcast. Well, there is another fire that we're tracking in the inland northwest tonight. Stevens County Emergency Management reports that several hundred acres of land have burned near Northport. An emergency shelter has opened at Kettle Falls Middle School as level 2 and 3 evacuations are now in place. KREM 2's Cody Proctor has the very latest on that fire. Cody?
Mark, that fire is now being called the Hope Fire. And right now, as you mentioned, it is burning in Stevens County. So here's what we know at this hour. That fire is now state DNR to be 1,000 acres. I just got that update from Ryan Roderick within the last 25 minutes. Now, they are sending a lot of aircraft to that fire. That's according to Roderick, as well as ground crews. He also says the Type 3 incident management team's taking over this afternoon. These are some photos that we got from a viewer showing just how high and tall that smoke is right there for this fire. Authorities right now are asking people to please stay out of the area and off of the roads as crews head in to respond. Stevens County Emergency Management also reported earlier this afternoon, they're saying that Northport Flat Creek Road will be closed to give those emergency responders room to work. Now, as you mentioned, an evacuation shelter's now open at Kettle Falls Middle School. That address, if you need to get to it, is 105 West 11th Avenue in Kettle Falls. They are recommending people who need a place to go after evacuating to bring prescription medication, extra clothing, pillows, blankets, as well as hygiene supplies and any comfort items for members of your household. Additionally, special items for children and infants, such as diapers, formulas, and toys, should be brought along, as well as with any other items for family members who may have other needs. Again, there are now level 2 and level 3 evacuations in that area. An evacuation shelter has been set up at Kettle Falls Middle School if you need a place to go. We're continuing to follow this fire, and we'll bring you the latest throughout our newscast tonight and online on KREM.com. Reporting in the newsroom, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.
All right, Cody, thank you very much. Well, following our critical fire weather that we have right now, several agencies around the inland northwest are preparing for wildfires. KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with those agencies responding to fires, and tonight they weigh in on the warnings. Regan?
Well, first responders and officials are on high defense as the National Weather Service predicts wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 40 miles per hour through Wednesday, causing high fire risk and red flag warnings.
Summertime in Spokane brings the perfect storm of heat and wind, creating ideal conditions for wildfires.
Embers in a wildfire wind-driven event can travel up to a mile.
Which is why fire officials across the inland northwest are urging community members to make smart choices and follow all burn restrictions.
90% of the fires in the state of Washington are human caused.
The Department of Natural Resources states high winds can create catastrophic wildfires stemming from small starts.
Hot enough and dry enough that you'll have some fires start. Well, if we can't address them by the time a 35-mile-an-hour wind hits them, they have the potential to turn into a catastrophic wildfire.
For Spokane County, the county's emergency management team wants community members to be ready for the unexpected.
They assume they will get a level 1 get ready evacuation alert, but they may not. If it's a fast-moving fire or a very hot fire, it may not be fast-moving, but it's very hot, they may get a level 3 leave now evacuation, and that's it. They may not get the other evacuation notices.
Spokane County also urges people to sign up for Alert Spokane to receive emergency notifications as soon as warnings are issued.
So we would like the community to know is be ready for whatever notification you get and take it seriously and act on it.
With several burn restrictions in place across eastern Washington, backyard fires, campfires, burning fields, or burning yard waste are all prohibited. Burn restrictions for the city of Spokane can be found on KREM.com. Reporting in studio, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Information there, Regan. Thank you very much. Meantime, the Canfield Mountain area closure near Coeur d'Alene has been lifted as fire crews complete firefighting operations there. The Nettleton Gulch fire is now fully contained. The Canfield Mountain area now open to the public. Crews continue to repair trails and advise the public to use caution because of unstable rocks and soil, pre-weakened trees, and stump holes as well. As we are tracking wildfire-prone weather conditions here in the inland northwest, head on over to KREM 2 Plus for Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoo's extensive wildfire forecast. Download KREM 2 Plus on your smart TV and watch for free. After the break, we'll be back with more fire coverage.